Peace. Ali coming back at you on behalf of SLEMyers.com and also our online metaphysical store, L9shop.com. Alright, in this long overdue video, I want to talk about the metaphysics of Facebook. Metaphysics of Facebook. And before I begin, I've been talking about Facebook and social media now for years, especially on my radio show, Mind Right Radio. I was talking about Facebook hard body, you know. And I know I probably offended a lot of people. So I want to set the video off first by saying that this video is not speaking about one person. I'm not singling anyone out. It's just my view on Facebook, period. Just looking at it from pure metaphysics, and I'll also end this video with my opinion on where Facebook is headed. But a lot of things I've talked about on my radio show is come to pass on Facebook. So I want to make sure I did a YouTube video just laying out the metaphysics. Very simple, it's very basic, but a lot of people aren't even seeing it or whatever. So that's the reason I want to make this video. But just know I'm not singling anyone out. If you're doing Facebook, you love it, then continue to do you. But if you're in a spot where you're conflicted with Facebook, it's for a reason. Hopefully this video will help you. All right, so I'm gonna lay these things out real quick. You can go back and watch this video. You can break down everything I'm about to say. You can look up the scientific or metaphysical reasons for it. But I'm just gonna run through this thing real quick. I don't want this video being too long. First off, the name is Facebook. So it's take the words Facebook. It's one word's face, one word's book. So right there, Facebook is letting you know they want to see your face. So pictures are important. And a book contains words. So they want people reading and they want people sharing. So nowadays, most people don't read books. You know, the popular phrase back in the day is like, you want to hide something from someone black, put it in a book. And I'm telling you for sure, there's people reading more on Facebook and putting their book in that face, or putting their face in that book, than actually putting their face in a physical book. So nowadays, most people, when they read, they're going to Facebook and reading timelines. So Facebook is, the word Facebook, you can just look at it for what it is. Also, the logo is blue. The color blue resonates with the throat chakra. Throat chakra deals with self-expression and communication. So when you look at Facebook, book in the face, and the color is blue, what it's going to force you to do is share things that you may not commonly share. And when you go on Facebook, the thing that it says is what's on your mind. So when you combine blue, I'm expressing myself, or the need to feel to express myself and communicate, you got book, something to use words, and then it's asking you what's on your mind. You combine all those things, you're gonna have people sharing and doing things that they may not commonly do. Like, I know for sure people are doing things on Facebook, and especially talking greasy to people on Facebook, where they know for sure they wouldn't do that in the flesh. If you seen Tom, Dick, and Harry in the flesh, you wouldn't talk greasy to them like you're on Facebook or whatever. So Facebook gives you the false sense of bravado and machismo, where you feel like you can say whatever. It's designed that way. So when you look at, when you post something on Facebook, it goes into your timeline, and that's also called your news feed. Those words are very important. When you look at news feed, switch the word, feeding you news. Nowadays, most people get their news from Facebook. You don't go to channel 2, 7, and 5, CBS, NBC, and all that to get your news nowadays. Most people will go on Facebook because the people on Facebook are posting about the current events. And I've been on record saying this as well. The conspiracy theorists or the Illuminati, shadow government, powers that were, whatever you want to call them, they do things two ways. First way they do things, and this is not in any particular order, they put things out in order for you to do something. So 9/11 was a big example of that. We put out 9/11, now we got the Patriot Act. So they put out something in order to have you react. Another way that so-called powers that were uses media and things like that is they put out things to see how you react. So they'll put out something just to see how people react or whatever. And nowadays, the news, like I said, they don't have to put it out there like that. They put out one article, they make one newscast or something like that. For the most part, people will share it, they'll retweet it, They'll put it on their timeline. You know, it'll grow legs of its own. Before you know it, it's all over social media. So nowadays, most people are getting their news from Facebook and social media. Another thing with the news feed, or what is called a timeline, is it's starting to build up sort of like a scrapbook, if you will, of your life. If you know that if you've been on Facebook longer than a year, whenever you've been friends for a year with someone, or you have a post that you posted a year ago, it'll bring up your memory. It's like 1 year ago you made this post. 1 year ago you became friends with this person or whatever. But it's keeping a running log of everything that you're sharing on there. So the timeline is really like a scrapbook or so like that. So you can view your news feed as a memory of your life, you know what I mean, if you will. I hate to make it sound so dramatic, but like a memory of your life. Like, I know on my Facebook, it shares memories I forgot about it or whatever. So it's like a scrapbook. And also the news feed is giving you your news or whatever. So that's very important. Now, the three main ways people interact with you on Facebook is by liking, commenting, or sharing. Likes, comments, and shares. Those are the metrics that most people judge if their post is popular or not popular. And for the most part, most people have a certain number that they need to get in order to justify their place on Facebook. What do I mean? If you're a person that's like to put selfies up, then you know that you need to get, or you want to get 50 likes or 100 likes. You have a number of likes that you feel like you need to have in order for your post to be popular. So we all have this, or not we all, because I damn sure don't, but most people have some unwritten number that they have to attain in order to justify their post. So the thing with likes, comments, and shares, and I've heard this before, so I know it's been talked about, is it increases your endorphins. We all have this feel-good chemical, and whenever you see something that reinforces something that makes you feel good, the endorphins are going to kick in and it's going to give you a sense of euphoria. Now, on the flip side of that, if you're not receiving the amount of comments, likes, and shares that you think you should be getting, then that's going to be the opposite of feeling good. You're going to feel bad. So I noticed people, and I know people for sure, that they feel like they should be getting more likes. And I know people for sure that because they gotten a certain amount of likes, it became a false sense of security, a false sense of popularity. They weren't popular in school. They're not popular offline. So when they go online and they're getting likes, comments, and shares, they feel popular. So that's another thing too, is a lot of people that you're looking up to on Facebook, for real, they're not living the life they claim to live. They're not doing the things they claim to do. And for the most part, they probably weren't popular. So, I mean, I know me and my cousin Juice, shout out to him, we talk about it all the time, especially early on. Me was like, man, we was cool before Facebook. So we ain't feel the need to get on Facebook and try to be cool. In fact, as far as I know, Josh, my cousin Juice, he took down his Facebook page or whatever. So it becomes a thing where people have a false sense of popularity. So if you're in a position where you're not getting that many likes or comments or shares, don't feel like you're not worthy enough. I know it sounds simple, but I know for sure there's people that's going into the dumps on borderline depression because they feel like they're not getting the attention they deserve. So I know Facebook has been in the news lately. I don't know too much about it, but apparently they said they share sensitive information. I knew this when the Facebook Messenger came out. This is another thing I talked about on my radio show. Is like that Facebook Messenger scares me. And what it was in order to send messages on Facebook, you had to install Facebook Messenger. Apparently there was some sort of what do you call it? A disclosure where they're telling you that they're sharing their information. As far as I know, Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, is in trouble for sharing sensitive information. So that goes back to what I was telling you before, because people feel the need to share so much of themselves. Because people are in a position now where they feel like they're not being heard. If you don't feel like you're being heard and you want to be seen, The easiest thing you could do is start a Facebook or start a social media because people are going to see you. But what people are doing is putting incriminating information on there. So they're talking about illegal stuff. They're talking about things they don't want people to know. And they're sharing it on their timeline, or if they're not sharing on their timeline, they're sharing it in Messenger or whatever. What do you think that Facebook is doing? They're keeping a log of everything you're doing. So don't go in there sharing stuff that you don't want people knowing or whatever. So it's very important that you don't feel the need to share so much of yourself. It's okay if that's the way you are, if you're an open book and that's your persona. But if you're a kind of person where you're more reserved, you're more laid back, then Facebook is not the place that you want to spill your guts and spill everything you feel about reality on there. It's your right, but it may not be beneficial for you in the long run. What you say can be used against you. So I would be wary of what I'm saying, especially on Facebook. So I want to leave you with my closing thoughts on Facebook. Like I said, I've been stating things publicly for a while, but I want to be very clear on this video. The way I see Facebook going is similar to a TV show, and I'm not going to drop the name because YouTube likes to clip my joints and flag me, but the initials of this TV show is BM. B as in boy, M as in Mary. I had one episode where the whole episode, people were in this reality and waking life, going about in their day-to-day life, but yet they were getting likes and unfriended and blocked and getting demoted through social media. So imagine walking around in your everyday life and you're coming across people and they're befriending you on social media because they know your name, because they can scan you and see the digital imprint in your physical, if that makes any sense. So imagine seeing someone physical, but yet you can like them on Facebook or follow them on Facebook and you don't even have to ask their name. In this episode in B Mirror, they're walking around and trying to do good deeds for people, so people give them thumbs up. If they did something quote unquote wrong, people were giving them thumbs down or giving them demerits. So imagine walking around and you're befriending people, you're liking people just because you see a chick and you love her body or whatever. You give her a thumbs up. You're not even talking to her. But what I'm telling you is I believe that episode was prophetic. I believe in the future we're going to be walking around with digital Facebooks, and you're not going to have to know people's name physically. You'll be able to scan them, or they'll have something like a beaker or some sort of thing, signal, where you'll know where they live, what they're doing, where they work, their age, their birthday, and they don't even know you and you don't even know them. Furthermore, I think people are going to get it's going to become more of a popularity contest where if you cut somebody off in the street, they're going to thumbs down you. You know, that's where Facebook is heading. They gave you the thumbs up. What do you think is coming up next? YouTube has the thumbs down. I think that's fair because it keeps things balanced. If I don't like it, I can thumbs down it, you know? But I think in Facebook, I don't believe that's the best way of doing it because I don't know if it's used for that type of way. But imagine a Facebook with a thumbs down. Now imagine Facebook offline where you're living your life like you're living on Facebook. I personally believe that's the future of Facebook and social media, where people are going to be offline but still online. You want a sneak peek of that? Let's look at people when you go out to dinner. A lot of people are on their cell phones. If you look closer, a lot of people are on Facebook. So you'll see two people having dinner and both of them are on Facebook. Not communicating with each other, but they're communicating with their phones. I believe social media is going to become offline and online at the same time. So this has been Ali. If you want to find out more information about myself and what we do, be sure to visit my main website, sallyMyers.com. If you're wanting to get out the matrix, if you're wanting to get out of Facebook, you're wanting to make sure that you focus on your spiritual mastery, you may want to look at my flagship program, Spiritual Mastery Accelerator. You can find out all the information at spiritualaccelerator.com. So until next time, this has been Ali. Peace.